Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm gonna do an ASMR video today, and today I thought I would do one on my controller that I use. Now, I will say that this video is inspired by another ASMR artist. I will link them down in the description below. I believe their name is Gamuchi. Really amazing stuff over there, so I highly recommend going and checking her out. And another thing, I am not sponsored at all by Scuff controllers, or the company that makes these controllers. I do have a lot of high things to say about it though, as I have been using this controller for, I would say, roughly 2, going on my 3rd year, with not that many problems. And the problems I do have, I can fix quite readily. And so without further ado, I'm going to just kind of show you guys how this sounds and ways in which I can clean it as well, and how I've solved some of my problems. So first, let's start off with the button clicking, right? We have these back triggers here, and there's a switch for each of them, so you can make them triggers. Or if you want to, you can do what I do and make them buttons. You got the bumpers here, like usual. And then on the back, you have these 4 paddles. Now, nowadays, I hold a controller like this. So I will use my ring fingers to hit those buttons, and these ones. Going on now to the front of the controller here. I don't know how I'm going to angle this, but you have your 4 buttons for Xbox. You have your analog stick. And then on this side, you have your other analog stick. And then you have the D-pad. And the reason why I hold the controller like this, as you see, and not like this, is because when I'm playing my video games competitively, it's actually advantageous to have a finger engaging on all the buttons, or as much buttons as you can, so you can do multiple actions at once. Now, over the course of the life of having this controller, and it has a very nice matte finish, by the way, I've ran into problems with pressing up and it not registering. So what I like to do with this controller, and this is really neat, is take off the front of it, and I would take the analog stick off, and I would just blow air into the sensor that picks it up. But here you can kind of get a better idea of what this controller looks like on the inside. And it is all just held in by magnets for that front face. And here you can see where the controller actually does vibration if you have those turned on. And when you're all done cleaning it, all you have to do is just put it back on, and it snaps right into place. Again, just take it off. The magnet's right there. You can see that it has a nice matte finish. And then you just put it back on. And then you're ready to game again. Now, this controller does come with a cable to plug it in, and I have the cable to plug it in personally, because when you have a controller plugged in, it responds a lot faster than just using the connection from wireless. And so when I'm playing competitively, I usually keep it plugged in so I can get a faster response time. Now, what some of you guys might not know is my button layout for some of these games. So, my shoot button is actually, if I'm not mistaken, this button. This is my shoot button. My zoom in button is this one, and I hold it. To slide, I press this button. To use an ability, I use this button. And then if we look at the top here, my A is my peek button. X is my interact button. Y is my weapon swap button. B is my melee button. And then for jumping, I actually press down on the analog on this one to jump. And then I have your usual look around. Now, instead of using the D-pad, I actually have the D-pad layout mapped to these back buttons, because what you can do with this controller is you can set different custom button layouts for the back four. So for instance, on the D-pad, if I wanted to press down on the D-pad, I could actually hook it up to this button, so I can press this button instead of the one on the D-pad, which when you're in a high octane fight is a lot easier to press just this button down here with your finger than move your entire thumb onto the D-pad. And so you're able to click the buttons a whole lot more quickly in succession. Now, that is going to be all for this video. What I will say is, if you're looking to buy this, again, I'm not sponsored, be prepared to save up your pocket, because this thing, which is a Scuff Pro Instinct, runs for, I think, around $210 or something. Now, personally for me, the reason why I bought this is because before I bought this, I went through regular factory-made Xbox controllers like every 6 months, because I was playing on them a lot. I was putting a lot of hours into a video game, and so every time the factory controllers just ended up having stick drift or a button would stop working. And so I decided to take the investment into a more expensive controller, and so far I believe I'm at a point where I have fully invested in my payment, because if it's $210-ish and I was losing a $60 to $70 controller every 6 months, then that means by around 2 years, which I've had this for, even more, I think I'm on my 3rd year, that I would have not only gone through those 4 factory controllers, but I'd be on a 5th one now. And instead, I've just gone through this one controller and it's still working just fine, with the minor thing being the analog controller that every once in a while needs to be cleaned. But besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you want to, please, by all means, go and see the original inspiration that led me to make this video of Gamuchi's channel. And I hope you guys have a good night.